When conquering the software industry wasn't satisfactory enough for Google, they started building up their own hardware, thus killing off the Nexus brand completely and launching the Pixel series. We got a tiny glimpse of Pixel when Google released the first Pixel C tablet, right from the built-in Android 6.0 software to the rigid metal body hardware. Taking in the necessary inputs from the consumers, they revived the Pixel brand into smartphones, and thus we got a whole new phone #made by Google. With high-end specifications built in the phone, Google made a rampant leap towards its usually targeted mid-range smartphone consumers to become a flagship killer. Introducing two new variants this time, the Pixel and the Pixel XL, they differ only in size and battery life. All features found in the XL version can be found in the 5-inch Pixel 2. Rocking a 4GB RAM inside the all-metal chassis, it clearly makes full use of the 7.1 Nougat software and gives a profound sense of animation to the entire phone. Coming back to the overall design of the phone, it isn't like a normal high-end phone, but once you get used to the metal glass combination on the backside, it actually kinda grows on you. And frankly speaking, due to the contrast design gamble, people get to know that you own a Pixel, just like seeing an Apple logo on an iPhone. Only this time, it is actually worth appreciating. If the design doesn't ideally go well with your taste, you can always have the option to use a skin or a case. The smaller version Google Pixel has a 5-inch AMOLED 1920x1080 resolution display, and the bigger version, the Pixel XL, houses a 5.5-inch Quad HD AMOLED 2560x1440 dimension across the screen. Comparing both, obviously the XL variant has a brighter and richer display experience, but both smartphones do give a decent amount of brightness and clarity and support 4K video shoot. The buttons are placed on the right side of the phone and are tactile and rigid within a good length to be accessed by your thumb. In the bottom, you have the speaker, the microphone and the new USB-C type charging port, which we'll talk about later. The speaker, yes, talking about the speaker, and since the main contractor of the build is HTC, I expect it to be a dual stereo or at least one being front facing. But for a smartphone worth ranging from 57 to 70k, it surely has an above average speaker which can be blocked by a single finger while gaming or watching a video. On the top, we have the 3.5mm headphone jack, which was the selling point of Google in order to mock the recent iPhone 7. On the back, we have the fingerprint sensor, and it is fast. I mean, even though you cannot unlock the phone when kept on a table, Pixel does provide an additional setting which detects your presence and doesn't lock your phone when around you. The fingerprint sensor can be used to swipe down the notification bar and can be said to be accepted by only registered fingers. This comes in handy in various situations, but could have been more interesting if we could customize its functionality. Overall, I give the design a rating of 3.5 out of 5. The big surprise is when you unlock the phone. The blend of stock Android with up-to-the-mark hardware capabilities provides the user with complete experience of Android. Since my previous phone was iOS, and coming back to the Android family gives you the feeling of using a proper phone and not just a call handset. The home screen gives you the Pixel launcher, which gets you intrigued from the start with a live set of wallpapers offered default. It gives you a sense of motion in each and every screen you use it. We have the on-screen buttons on the home page, giving you a glimpse of the power-packed AI it holds. Yes, the Google Assistant. It is the simplest and the most responsive hands-free assistant I have ever encountered, and is filled with features which are both fun and informative at the same time. Swiping up from the bottom opens up the menu, giving you the full array of applications. Default Google apps can be uninstalled if not required, which is a great step to reducing the congestion and the need to keep unnecessary applications. The 3D touch feature of Apple can be seen in some applications if you hold them onto the home screen, which gives you shortcuts to frequently use menu options. Taking it to the next step, these shortcuts can be kept as separate icons, which are often used to save time and provide easy access to the full use of the application. Now, talking about the camera on this phone, Google proudly presented the DxO mark, which is the highest rated camera mark given to any smartphone. Carrying a 12.3 megapixel camera on the rear and 8 megapixel on the front, this beast can shoot amazing top-notch photos and videos. With f2.2 aperture and 1.55 micropixel size, it gives sharper images with a correct balance of contrast and lighting. The absence of optical image stabilization can be seen seldom, but the laser autofocus does a pretty good job in handling it along with electronic image stabilization. The low light photography is up to the mark and can be seen in the images. Some of the images tend to get a bit oversaturated with colors, but it does keep the freshness of the pictures. And the most frustrating thing about capturing perfect shots under sunlight is the lens flare, which gives an abnormal sunlit circle. Google has reported fixing this issue through a software patch, but seems like this is a problem with the questionable hardware. The videos can be shot in 4K on this phone even though the screen resolution is 1920 by 1080. The use of gyroscope can be seen when taking a shot while walking. It completely ignores the disturbances, giving you a seamless videography. Addition to this, Google does provide unlimited storage for all videos and photos at high resolution, which is just a cherry on top, and thus living up to the hype of being the best smartphone camera. So keep the HDR plus mode on and capture moments in 4K resolution, because every experience counts. For the amazing camera and videography performance and not compromising on any features between the two variants, I gave it a 5 out of 5 rating. So that wraps up the Pixel review for... oh wait, are we forgetting something? Yes, the battery. How can we forget that? The only difference between Pixel and Pixel XL are the display and the battery life. The Pixel houses a 2770 mAh battery and the big brother Pixel XL has 3450 mAh. It uses dual USB-C type cable for fast charging capabilities, and USB-C to USB cable is also provided in the box. Using the Pixel as a daily driver for over a month now, the battery optimization works efficiently and gives a day worth of power for every full charge start. The standby in this phone is excellent, and the DOS feature of the stock Android works sufficiently good. Even though most of the battery discharges on screen, Android system, Android OS and phone idle. A heavy use of Bluetooth connected with the smartwatch, data usage and video streaming can give up to 4 to 5 hours of battery timing, which is actually quite impressive. If you prefer a smartphone to last till the end of the day with high-end gaming and heavy net usage, Pixel XL is your best choice. Overall, I give the battery 4 out of 5. After much anticipation, Google did give us a piece of its own hardware mixed with its richly animated software. Being a smartphone completely capable of using Daydream or any other augmented reality headset to its full extent, Pixel did earn the title the best Android smartphone till date. This is Vadu signing off. Meet you guys again soon.